Namaste and welcome. Thanks for joining me. My name's Cole, and today we're gonna spice things up a bit with a power flow. So, just a little caveat and forewarning is that I just want you to do what feels accessible and sustainable and leave the rest. There's lots of different, this will look different in different bodies, so just be easy on yourself. And I really think when we're talking about like advanced yoga or intermediate yoga or anything like that, it has a lot more to do with lot less to do with the outer shapes of what we're doing and a lot more about discernment, about when to move forward, when to kind of push ourselves like, okay, I'm gonna stay here, or when to say, no, like I don't need to, I can pull back. So I really invite you to listen to your body as we move today, as we move and breathe today. So close your eyes down or let the eyelids be heavy. Anything that helps you kind of come internal. And take a few rounds of breath. Make it a little bit bigger this round. Once more, in breath. Bring the hands to heart center, maybe slightly bow down towards your fingertips. If you'd like to set an intention here, this would be a beautiful place to do so. And on your next breath in, open the arms wide, up, and then interlace them. This is Kali Mudra, which is a fierce goddess in the Hindu tradition. So we might use her a little bit to help us spice it up. On an exhale, we're gonna lean over towards the right. Pull the right armpit forward and spiral the heart open, gazing up. Pull the belly towards the spine. This requires a bit of core strength here, so recruit that. Next, inhale, lift up. Let's switch sides. Exhale over towards the left. Pull the left armpit forward. Spiral the rib cage up. Gaze up. You can kind of actively pull apart at the hands. It kind of helps to have a bit of resistance. And then inhale, lift. Once more, just with breath. Exhale over towards the right, maybe a little bit more. Inhale, lift. Pull belly to the spine. Exhale towards the left. And inhale, lift. Now we're gonna stick the tongue out as we cactus the arms, lion's breath. Inhale, lift the arms up, and again. Once more. And release the hands. Let's move into downward facing dog, going right into it. I really like to use blocks here. It can change the experience. So I'm gonna place them actually at the top of the mat, right off the mat, but you can shift them around as you'd like. Downward facing dog. The feet are gonna be hips distance, it's about 2 fists. And then pick up the feet, spread the toes, and lay them back down. So we want a really wide foundation here. Same with the hands. Take a look at them, wide, lay them down. Bend the knees, lengthen the sit bones up, and then push into the hands so you have long from the wrist to the tailbone. Now, bring your awareness to your low ribs. If you have a lot of flexibility in your back, we may tend to really pour forward, but it's not very strong. So we want to utilize our strength today. So maybe lengthen the tailbone just slightly and then knit the low ribs together. And what I mean by that is like as if you had a shoelace at the low ribs, you're going to kind of tie it up a bit. This just helps to be able to engage the core and have a more integrated asana. Inhale. Come to the toes as you round the back and roll forward plank pose. If your plank feels short, mine does a little bit. I can walk my hands up just slightly. And then bend the knees. Stay here for just a moment. Let them touch almost all the way to the ground. Roll the shoulders back. I like to dial the hands towards one another just slightly. And then up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe this down dog feels more spacious. Can help to kind of line it up between plank and down dog. Normally, most of the time, you should be able to shift back and forth. Let's go again. Inhale, wave forward plank pose. Crown of the head reaching one direction. Heels reaching the other direction. Pushing down into the ground and slightly dialing the wrist towards one another. So a slight internal rotation. And then bring the knees almost down to the ground. One breath. Up and back with the hips. Downward facing dog. Gaze towards the hands. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to blocks, shins or floor. And exhale, fold. Soft bend in the knees. Rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms, clasp the hands, Kali Mudra. Exhale towards the right. Inhale, center. And exhale towards the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lion's breath. Slight back bend. Inhale, center. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And then plant the hands, step or jump back into chaturanga. And you can go ahead and bring your blocks back if you'd like to. I'm gonna step back this first round, so coming through plank pose. You can have the knees up or down, come halfway down with the chest. Inhale, high-low cobra or upward facing dog. Broaden the collarbone wherever you are. And then exhale, downward facing dog. One round of breath. And out. So step or jump to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold forward. Soft bend in the knees, rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do this again, do your variation. Inhale, lift, clasp the hands. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, wave the arms up, and exhale, coming down. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then plant the hands, jump or step back through chaturanga, your variation. Any heart opener on an inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Gaze towards the hands. Step or jump to the top of the mat. And exhale, fold forward. Bend in the knees as you rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift. And exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, lift and fold forward. Halfway lift. Once more, plant the hands, step or jump back, chaturanga. High-low cobra. And downward facing dog. We stay here. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Press the ground away. Staying here, lift the heel towards the glute. And then inhale, tripod down dog. Exhale, step all the way in between the thumbs. Place the hands on the blocks. I like to have them in front of me and come up to L shape. So fingertips are on the blocks. Slight bend in the standing leg and pull back on the right hip crease. This helps to square the hips. On an exhale, bring knee to nose, curl down, getting really small, Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen L shape. Twice more. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen, really push down through the right foot. Exhale, Shiva squat. And then begin to gaze forward, heart lifts. We're gonna kick out towards the left. Take a seat all the way down. Arms are gonna come forward, and you're gonna round down just slightly as the left leg comes up. Now roll the shoulders back to pull the heart center up, staying right here. And then roll down towards the back. Hands plant, right foot presses in. We lift the leg up. So really strong in the right leg. Exhale, sink the hips down twice like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Now we're gonna take a kind of a one-leg plow pose. So we're gonna roll, push into the hands, roll back. The left foot will touch behind. Staying here for just a moment. One more inhale. We're gonna come all the way back to L shape. So that's gonna look like rolling down. Plant the hands as the knee comes into the chest. Kick back. I'll place the hands back on blocks as we extend open, back where we began. Bend the standing leg. The back foot reaches for the back of the mat. Warrior one, so the back foot plants. Press down, lift up, Kali Mudra. Stay for a breath. Heart center forward, arms reach back. And exhale, plant the hands, Chaturanga. High-low cobra. And downward facing dog. One round of breath and we switch sides. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, press the ground away. And inhale, up and back. Exhale, step through and then place the hands on the blocks. Or it's nice to step through with the blocks and then just shift them forward as you take a big step up. Slight bend in the standing leg. Pull back on the left hip crease to square the hips. Exhale, Shiva squat, curl it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, open. All right, we're coming into this skater squat. It can help to lift the left heel as well because you get some more space, and then kick the foot out. Take a seat. You kind of roll back as the leg comes up and then pull the heart center forward as if your toes were attached to your heart center. Breathing here. You can glue the knees together. One more inhale, and exhale, come down. Likely you want to move your left foot closer to the glute. Press down through the hands and the shoulders to lift up on an inhale, and exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One leg plow. So we're gonna roll back, lift the hips. Maybe the foot touches, maybe it doesn't matter. Stay here for a round of breath. And then we're gonna come back into L shape. So roll down, kind of use some of the momentum. Bring the right knee into the chest, hands find blocks, however you wanna get there. Maybe it's graceful, maybe it's not. One breath here. Bend the standing leg to step back into warrior one. The heel firmly planting down, lift the arms up. Hips are staying square here. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And next, exhale, bring the hands down. Chaturanga or no chaturanga, wherever you'd like to go. And remember, you can always just come all the way down to the ground as well. And I encourage you, if you're someone who tends to take every opportunity for chaturanga, then see if you can skip one today. And if you never push yourself there, then maybe try some variation. So really just working about kind of going against our tendencies, whenever it's safe, of course. Inhale, right leg lifts. We'll move a bit quicker now. And exhale, step in between the thumbs. Hands plant, lift up, L shape. Exhale, Shiva squat. Maybe come to the toes if you want a little bit more. Inhale, L shape. Exhale, squat. Once more. Inhale, L shape. And exhale, skater pose. So really curl in as you kick out. And this boat pose variation. Maybe even grabbing onto the foot to pull the heart up. One more inhale. And exhale, sink down. Plant the right heel close to the glute. Press down, lift up. Exhale, release, twice more. One leg plow pose. Bring knees towards one another. Full round of breath. And then roll forward. Find your way back into L shape. And exhale, warrior one. Plant the back foot. Arms lift up, warrior one. Steady your breath. Can you hear as well, kind of knit the low ribs in just slightly to integrate the core. Lengthen the tailbone down, pull back on the right hip crease. There's lots going on here if you want to explore some nuance. And then open up warrior two. So I normally need to separate my feet a bit more. Warrior two, pressing evenly through both feet. Actively pulling back right outer thigh. And then reverse warrior into Ardha Chandrasana. So maybe you take 2 steps up, maybe you take 1. Hand can be to block or not. Stacking hips. Option to take Shavasana, grabbing for the foot and kicking the foot into the hand. Maybe the heart rolls open slightly. One big inhale. And exhale, slowly release back. Foot comes to the back of the mat. Come all the way up and back. Reverse warrior once more. And exhale, plant the hands. Chaturanga or no chaturanga. Maybe even just taking a moment in plank pose for another option. Wherever you go, meet in downward dog. And we switch sides. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step in between the feet. Step up, L shape. Exhale, Shiva squat, curl in. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open, maybe come to the toes. And exhale, roll in to kick out. Take a seat, the leg lifts. You could also take ankle or foot to pull the heart up, your choice. And slowly roll back. Bring the heel towards the glute 3 times with breath. Lift and lower. Glue the knees, one leg plow pose. And rolling forward, L shape. Exhale, warrior one, place the foot, the heel, press down firmly to lift up. Maybe Kali Mudra here. I like to extra press into the back foot, like more energy shooting out the back foot. Pull back on the left hip crease, and then broaden the collarbone here. One more inhale. Full exhale. Inhale, warrior two. So maybe widening the stance, a couple rounds of breath, this time evenly through both feet. Pull back on the outer left hip crease, sink hips low. Maybe lifting the front heel, reverse warrior. and Ardha Chandrasana half moon, your variation. One side is likely a bit wobblier than the other. Shavasana is grabbing the back foot and kicking into the hand. That's very important. Both these equal opposition is happening. One more inhale. Slowly release, bending standing leg to come back, a reverse warrior. And hands plant chaturanga, and always an option for no chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Gaze towards the hands. Lift the heels. Step or jump towards the top of the mat. And exhale, fold forward. I like to wrap my hands here. Let's really get a lot of length. Wrap the hands behind the ankles. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then really pull yourself down. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. Big breath. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, coming all the way down to the back. And we're gonna come into plow pose, so lift the legs up, and you can stay right here if plow wasn't feeling good in your body for whatever reason. Or press down through the hands to lift the hips up. Maybe they touch behind, maybe they don't. And roll the shoulders behind the back. Actively press down through the back of the head. You want some space between the chin and the chest. I like to kind of think I could put like a lemon there or something. Option staying here. And listen, don't look at me, listen to my voice. I don't want you to turn your head in this pose. But if shoulder stand is in your practice, then you can place your hands on your low back and begin to lift your legs up. So if you do want to try this and you do want to look, then come to out, watch, and then rewind it. Just really important to be careful of the neck here. Be mindful. If you want some of the same effects, you can take Viparita Karani, which is legs up the wall, but you can do it just with a block. So here's another option. Just elevating the hips and bringing the legs up the wall. A couple more rounds of breath wherever you are. And we'll slowly come down into a brief Shavasana. So you can choose here. Again, we don't always have to do the same thing. So maybe you take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet, knees wide, or any other variation. I'm gonna take my hands, I like the blocks underneath the knees, can be really helpful. I'm gonna take the hands in a big Y overhead. Just 5 rounds of breath wherever you are. Slowing it down, about a 5 or 6 count inhale, 5 or 6 count exhale. And wherever you are, rolling to one side or the other, you're welcome to stay where you are as well. And give yourself the full Shavasana. But if you'd like to come up, we can meet where we began. Again, really encouraging you to make that choice for you. Just a couple rounds of breath to close out. Maybe taking Kali Mudra just at the heart here. Just a reminder of this inner strength. Less to do with our outer strength and more to do with how we show up, our integrity, our dedication. Maybe pouring the head down just slightly in thanks, namaste, suksama, whatever feels potent to you in the moment. And close out one more inhale. And full exhale out the mouth. You can release the hands, lift the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this class felt good in the body, felt good to get some juice moving. And if you'd like to slow it down now, then check out some of the restorative or yin classes. You can just add on to the end of this to make it extra sweet. My name's Cole Chance. If you'd like to learn more about me, I've always got retreats and trainings going on. You can head to my website in the description. And I'm here on Yoga TX every Tuesday. So I look forward to seeing you again.